Hello and welcome to the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast from the Cumulus Broadcast Center in DFW. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Barton. Normally we post this on a Monday, but because of some weather changes coming in the next 5 days, especially on Valentine's weekend, we're going to do a little bonus podcast today. Now, we can't mention Valentine's Day without remembering the terrible ice and snowstorm that Dallas-Fort Worth suffered 1 year ago. In fact, it was on the 11th of February as roads began to ice over. A car and a semi-truck lost control in the restricted toll lanes on I-35W in North Fort Worth, and in all, 133 cars and trucks smashed into each other, killing 6, injuring dozens more. And it was after that the temperatures actually really plummeted to 2 degrees below zero a few days later. Oh, and by the way, in case you were wondering a couple of weeks ago why the Texas Department of Transportation decided to shut down all of the managed express lanes, the toll lanes across the North Texas freeway system, it's for that very reason. Because when they had the accident in the restricted toll lanes, it was impossible for people to just slide off to a median or slide off to a shoulder and avoid the cars and trucks ahead of them. There was no escape. So this time they shut down the toll lanes, and it seemed to make sense, and it seemed to work pretty well, actually. Of course, over 5 million people statewide lost power during that record-setting cold wave. Over 200 Texans died from various causes during that event. Now, fortunately, events such as this occur only about every 30 or 40 years in North Texas, so we're very grateful for that. We did have a pretty good little cold snap a couple of weeks ago, but it was a lot less severe, and it was over sooner. So we're going to move on right now and hope for the best here over the next few days. Okay, here is our morning satellite loop. It doesn't show a whole lot. It'll tell you a little bit, though. It does show you some clouds starting to move in from the north. A little bit of low-level moisture and fog, mainly, down along the Texas coastal bend and coming up through the hill country. But the upper-level winds, the upper-level flow is out of the northwest, and that's where you see those high, thin clouds moving in. And eventually we'll have a couple of cold fronts coming through as well. In fact, a little bit of rain kind of marks where the cold front is right now, across Missouri, on up into the Chicago area, into the Great Lakes. And, of course, it trails back to the northwest, clear on up into Montana. There are two cold fronts involved. The one that has the really cold air, I say really good, the coldest air, is in the Dakotas right now. The one that's going to be coming through the Dallas-Fort Worth area this afternoon is already in the Midwest, and it will make pretty good time on down here. It'll be down here tonight, early tomorrow morning, and those two fronts will actually just merge into one front, and we might get a little bit of rain out of it. This is the Saturday morning weather map that shows a little bit of rain in Dallas-Fort Worth following the combined cold fronts coming through. Nothing really serious. Could have some stronger storms along the coast, but not too much to worry about here. It will be windy and chilly during the day Saturday, and we'll get into that with the extended forecast here in just a couple of minutes. Okay, so the Sunday weather map is pretty quiet. The snow has moved on now into the mid-Atlantic. A couple of fronts have already moved offshore. Typical snow and some lake effect snow in the Great Lakes, but all in all, we will get through Saturday and Sunday with pretty quiet weather, and we'll start to look forward to next week. Now, this is the global forecast system model that takes us to about the end of next week, and we'll call a couple of things to your attention. Notice one storm system coming through there. That's Wednesday night. Second one following on Friday night. One coming through Wednesday night, and the other one coming through on Friday night. Both of those storms could produce some rain in the area. We're going to switch on over to the simulated radar picture and actually precipitation types as well. So the green is rain and the blue is snow, you know the drill there, and the purple is ice. So again, you see 2 rounds of precipitation moving through with those 2 upper-level storm systems, and we're going to zoom in a little bit more now on the South Plains and on Texas in particular to show you kind of how that's going to look. Again, Wednesday night and then Saturday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, something like that. In fact, let's go ahead and stop that particular loop here, and this is about 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Now, it's showing snow trying to move in on North Texas. And I'm not saying it won't happen, but it's very early to forecast snow. I wouldn't bite on that at all because, again, the Gulf moisture supply is going to be cut off a little bit, and so moisture will not be very plentiful. We don't look at any ice risk right now, but as the second storm system comes through Friday night, we can probably expect to get some rain Friday night and Saturday, and then we'll see how deep the cold air is and whether it turns into any freezing precipitation. I don't think, though, it's going to amount to much. I hope not anyway. So here's our extended forecast. Starting off on Friday, sunny, breezy, exceptionally warm, high 76. Southwest winds 10 to 15. Wind shifting around this afternoon. Will be cloudy, windy, and turning colder with spotty showers approaching from the north overnight. Those 36 to 40, wind shifting north 15 to 25 and gusty. Tomorrow, some rain may be following the front from 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. Won't amount to much. And then winds will continue out of the northeast, 20, 25 and gusty, giving us a high of only about 48 to 50, lows 28 to 30. That's Saturday. So kind of a chilly day Saturday. Sunday, we try to come out of it, sunny, breezy, and 62, and then we'll be warming up. Monday and Tuesday, highs in the 60s to lower 70s. Thanks again for joining us on this special weather podcast from WBAP 820 and 570 KLIF. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.